What's the deal, everybody? Welcome back to the studio. Jeremy Deal here, and today I'm scrapping my old video that I had shot and edited and ready to go to show you the new studio space. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, we do have a new setup in the studio, but really, I'm here to talk about something that's been on my mind for the past few weeks, and it's tenant-occupied spaces for agents. I used to shoot almost none of these, and now I shoot a whole bunch. With today's changing market, let's talk about why that is. All right, so let me start off with this video by saying if you've been following my A7 IV saga and I just talked about the glitches and updates, my shutter speed wheel went out, and that is actually a manufacturer's error. So at the end of the month, I'm going to be shipping this guy off, which really sucks for my business. I guess it's a good thing I held on to my old camera just in case. This thing's a month and a half old and I already have to ship it off for repairs. That is not a good sign, and hopefully it's not something that continues on forever. But today, let's get into the topic matter, talking about these tenant-occupied spaces and why we're seeing so much more of them, and if you're even shooting them at all. Now, a lot of photographers that only offer the high-end projects would never be caught dead photographing these things for some reason or another, but as you know with my previous business model talks, I offer both high-end packages for high-end clients and low-end images for lower-end clients. This allows me to work the full spectrum, and lately it has really paid off, especially with these tenant-occupied spaces. As you can see the book in front of me, that means we're going into actual conversation about actual things that I have experienced. Let's dive right into the first thing I want to talk about, and that is why most photographers steer clear of these and why I think maybe you should not, or at least why I don't. And that is simply because of the money involved. If you are the type of photographer that your image is everything, it is your word, it is your bond, you refuse to compromise quality for anything, this video is probably not for you. If you are instead the type of photographer that is more interested in offering as many products as possible to agents because the money aspect is the most important, then this video is for you, because this industry has been taking off recently because of recent market trends. Everyone knows that the market all over the US is crazy insane right now. Super low inventory seems to be the main case of it. But granted, there's a lot of construction problems because of building materials, but when it all boils down to it, it seems to be all about the lower amount of properties available for people to buy. And that's why I think there's a lot more of this tenant occupied photography going on, because I am now photographing spaces that are basically being traded between investors. So one investor is selling it to another. That means that these images actually rarely make it to the MLS, and they're there for just a very specific purpose, and that is to sell this building, tenants and all. They're not trying to kick out who they have. They're not trying to make repairs. They're literally just trying to sell this building while the market is hot to other investors interested in this type of building. Now, once again, if you are only a high-end shooter, you probably don't know about these and probably don't go after these. But as someone who offers a lower end product pricing, I go after these, and I have a few clients that regularly contact me about them. One of the big advantages to this is that I don't actually have to decrease my prices to shoot these properties, even though they require a lot less work and effort on my part. It is known in advance when I walk in the door, the only lighting I will be supplying is one single main light, and I will be doing absolutely no staging or adjusting of anything, because these are tenant occupied spaces. It's not the homeowner selling it, it's someone who lives in that home and pays rent for it. I'm not there to disturb them. I am there to get the pictures done, and that's well known in advance. But as I just mentioned, I don't actually have to discount my products, even though the quality of work is going down, because I still have to show up and do the work. Another good thing about this platform is that generally speaking, these multiple tenant occupied shoots are multiple at a time. So I'll give you an example and show some really bad images up here for you if you'd like, but this is a shoot I recently did. It was a general house that had been sublotted up into 4 different apartments, all tenant occupied, trying to be switched off from one investor to another, and they just needed images of the interior. Now, just like with any other shoot, I treated every individual unit as its own thing, so I got to charge 4 times for this single property. It took me about an hour altogether, and I was done. very little editing back at home, just the simple Lightroom presets. As you know about all my other videos, I talk a lot about these, but it was an easy way to make money. And the best part is that these clients are very reliable. They will contact you every time they need it done. All they care about is a quick turnaround time. They do not care about quality of images at all. Going back to what I've already said multiple times, if you are someone who refuses to sacrifice on quality, these are not the job for you. But if you are a new real estate photographer just trying to get out there and do work to make money for your family, these shoots probably are for you. They're very easy to access. They're easy to do. The quality required is very low. So therefore, it's a great place for new people to start off. All that being said, I will remind you that if you want to do this work, you should have these prices already in advance. As you know, I mention it all the time, high-end package, regular traditional MLS pricing. I use my traditional MLS pricing when I do these shoots, so that's what I would suggest you do. Maybe if you have just two-tiered package like I do, or if you're just a high-end photographer who is looking for extra work, maybe create a separate portfolio just dealing with these tenant style shots. And right on that topic matter, let's talk about the fact that if you think you're the type of photographer that's above these shoots, then I'm sorry you feel that way, because there's a lot of money in these shoots. The horrible pictures I just showed you a little while ago with the 4 on one site, I made almost $600 from that shoot.
That's a lot of money.
I was there in an hour. I did way less work than I would on a high-end shoot. I didn't have to send images off to an outsourced editor. I literally got home, pressed one button, sync, send them off. That simple. So please don't feel like you are above this type of work, especially if your interest is making money. If you are interested in money, tenant occupied real estate agents and tenant occupied shoots are on the rise, so don't be afraid to take on these projects. Told y'all that would be a short and simple one. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Help me to help you. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Have you been shooting more tenant occupied properties? Are you interested in shooting them? Do you think it's a bad idea and you would never shoot them? Comment down below. Let me know. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. As always, keep rocking and rolling. Enjoy what you're doing. Make smart business decisions. Maybe try and shoot some tenant occupied stuff. Make yourself some quick, easy money. Catch you next time.